Hey everyone, I wanted to say a few quick words of encouragement, I hope, to the new hunter or the never have been hunter that's considering. I want to just give you a little bit of advice. And I'll tell you, start with this little story. I bumped into a young man, probably mid-20s, and we were talking about hunting. He had never been, and he just felt like, now of course where there's a will, there's a way. But the first thing he said is, it's just too expensive, and I just can't do it right now. And I get that. It is expensive. If you look at if you believe all the marketing and all the hype and all the name brands, that camo is expensive. If you're in an area that's archery only, that's expensive. All that equipment, everything you put on it, and then if you have the opportunity to do some gun hunts, that can be expensive too. But you can start off looking for some used equipment. Especially if you're new. What if you go out and you spend all of this, spend a lot of money on expensive gear, and you decide, it's just not for me. Well, then you've got all this equipment that you may or may not be able to get your money back on. But, I started with a shotgun. I started my son with a shotgun. And you can get those relatively inexpensive, whether you buy used or whether you just get a decent shotgun from Walmart. Now that they have them back in stock in most places. Just get a single shot, break open action shotgun. Those are very inexpensive, and that is a good starting point to learn as a means to harvest while hunting. And a shotgun can be very effective with buckshot or a slug. When it comes to archery, I would definitely look for a way to wheel and deal, because you may not like archery. My first really good bow I traded a Servus. The gentleman that I got the bow from was extremely happy with the value that he got, and I'm still very pleased with the value that I got out of the bow that I got from him. He had transitioned into a crossbow and did not want the compound, or didn't need it anymore, so we made a good deal. And that's one way of doing it. And as far as camouflage, there's a lot of resale shops where you can get decent camouflage, or even military camo that is very, very effective, very functional. But just like is said, I think Bear Bows in archery, he said the best camo is to just shut up and be quiet. And if you're sitting still, I've been out scouting and no camouflage, and I've had deer just freeze, and they're looking at me, they're moving, they're bobbing, they're head up and down, they're stomping, trying to get me to move, because they cannot figure out what I am, and I am not wearing camouflage. And if it's hot like this, I'm definitely not wearing camouflage. I might be wearing shorts and a light colored shirt like I'm wearing now, just because I'm out there to look, not hunt. But getting into hunting does not have to be expensive, and learning how to hunt definitely does not have to be expensive. Just getting out there, there's so much information on the internet. YouTube is full of how-tos and advice, some good, some bad, but get out there, boots on the ground, in the woods, looking around, or in the field, wherever that is. You may look at a pasture and think, well, there's no deer out there. Well, walk the tree line, walk the fence lines, walk the creeks. You are probably, if you've ever seen a deer on the side of the road dead, or you've seen deer in the area, it's likely that there are deer. You just wasn't looking for them at that, until now. But, there's a lot of hunters that never hunt over a feeder. They hunt from the ground. They don't feed. They don't have trail cams. They just get out there, they find the signs of activity, and that is where they hunt. They hunt in the transitions between natural food, water, and bedding, and that's really the main thing. That is the main thing. It does not take a lot of money, and you do not need the high dollar camouflage brands that you see in these advertised in videos and on television. I'm not saying they're not nice, and I'm not saying they'd be great to have, but it's not 100% necessary to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars every year to get ready to hunt. I have a lot of military style camouflage that suits me well. In fact, I like the old patterns better, and I like the natural fiber fabrics instead of a lot of the nylon and the dry fit stuff. Those are great, but I just like the natural fiber. So anyway, I don't want you to look at price tags and say I can't afford to go hunting when you can. And for more encouragement, subscribe to my channel, and I will encourage you in every way I can, and I will hopefully be able to show you what to look for as time progresses with more videos that I put out. I'll be in the field pointing out trails and different deer activity for you to learn to recognize where that is and how to get set up for hunting. And thank you. Please like and subscribe. That's how I can put out more videos, and share to someone else that is interested in getting into hunting, and hopefully they learn and are encouraged to get out in the field and hunt. Create a tradition and create a legacy for your family. Take care.